Christmas in Ukraine has been marked by tragedy after at least 10 people were killed by a Russian strike in the city of Kherson.
Dozens have died and millions are without power on Christmas as a powerful winter storm continues to pummel North America.
In his annual Christmas message, Pope Francis calls for an end to what he calls the senseless war in Ukraine.
In the Russian-occupied Mariupol in Ukraine's southeast, Moscow-appointed authorities erect a 20-metre Christmas tree. But officials say there will be no mass holiday celebrations in this city heavily destroyed by Russian shelling this year. In nearby Kherson, at least 10 are dead and 58 injured in a strike on Christmas Eve. The city was recaptured by Kyiv's forces in November, but Kherson has been regularly bombarded ever since, with a heavy toll on civilians and the power supply to the city. December 24 also marks 10 months since Russia's full-scale invasion of its neighbour, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has called for togetherness during his holiday address. Fighting still rages on around the eastern Kharkiv region and around Bakhmut, where Ukrainian and Russian forces have clashed in a fierce, months-long battle.
Dozens of people have died in the U.S. as an extreme winter storm continues to batter parts of the country, with a blizzard causing dangerous travel conditions. The storm unleashed its full fury on Buffalo in the state of New York, with hurricane-force winds causing whiteout conditions. More than 300,000 homes and businesses found themselves without power on Christmas Eve. Thousands of flights have been cancelled during the festive period. The storm is nearly unprecedented in its scope, stretching from Canada to the Texas border. About 60% of the U.S. population faces some sort of winter weather advisory or warning. Franco Frattini, who served twice as Italy's foreign minister, died on Saturday at the age of 65, according to Italian media. Frattini had been ill for some time with cancer. He was foreign minister under the governments headed by former Prime Minister Silvio Berlusconi. From 2004 to 2008, he was European Commissioner for Justice, and at the time of his death, he was president of Italy's Council of State, a consultative body that oversees public administration.
Pope Francis has used his annual Christmas message to make an impassioned plea for an immediate end to the war in Ukraine. In his traditional Urbi et Orbi address to tens of thousands of people gathered in St. Peter's Square, the Pope expressed his sorrow that the icy winds of war continue to shake humanity. Let God shed his light on those who have the power to silence the thunder of weapons, he said, and bring an immediate end to this senseless war. Unfortunately, they prefer to listen to other reasons, pushed by the logic of the world. The war in Ukraine has exacerbated famine. Think of those going hungry, especially the children. The Pope called for prayers for the many regions of the world suffering from conflict, including the Middle East, Yemen, Syria and Haiti. Volunteers in the Polish city of Krakow have served some 50,000 free Christmas dinners to the homeless and needy. Anyone who wants can claim a dinner, and free healthcare is also on offer, with cardiology, orthopedic and dentistry appointments available. The scheme was set up by a Catholic charity 26 years ago and has now spread to cities across the country, like here in Poznan. Refugees from Ukraine, the homeless, the elderly and the lonely were among those who took advantage.